Hey guys, MD Prepper here. Another gear review for fire, prepping, cooking, all that. This time on the very excellent Swiss M71 little camp stove fuel gel they've got out there. You can find these from a lot of surplus sites out there for relatively cheap. Average price seems to be about $5. I think I got them on Bud K. Two of them for $270, $280 with my buyer's discount. If you buy more than one, you know, $3.50, $4 a piece for just a single one. Looked around tonight and actually found them on Center Fire Systems with a 4-pack for $20. So $2.50 a piece. I think this is an excellent little stove, especially for that price. I'll have to get some more. I have used one of these in the past, long time back. Did not do any burn times on or anything like that because that was way long before I was doing YouTube vids and all that. But so I'm just going to show you the basics of this thing. Again, it's Swiss. It's excellent. Well made, just like everything else the Swiss seem to make, especially for the military. So anyway, comes this little OD can here. Oh, look at that. Matches included with it. So that's nice. Nice bonus. I have not used these old matches with it. Should work fine, but I'd probably throw in a new pack with this in the modern era. Don't know how old this thing is, but 1971 is when they were originally made. So looking at the stats on this one, I don't know with the little info here if it was made in 75 or if that's the expiration date. So you got the brand 75 and 08. So not sure if that's when it was made or when it's supposedly going to expire. I suppose that's when it's going to be was made because I've used these things without problems. They don't seem to expire. So I would assume that 1975 was the production date on this thing. Don't know actually. But anyway, if you can find them for $2.50 a piece, these beat the heck out of a sterno stove in my opinion overall. Not that I'm going to stop using my sternos or my chafing fuels, but anyway, whatever price you get them at, they're worth the effort. They generally come wrapped in nice tight plastic, which I already took that off of this, so just didn't want to take the time on the video. Let's pull this thing apart and show you what you got. Alright, we got our can with a little top on it. We'll show you that in a second. Pack O matches. One side, Sapporo, I guess, is the manufacturer. Seems to be anyway. That's what it says on the top of the can there. And the other side is in English, says Fire King. Standard pack of matches. Nothing fancy there. Comes with this nice little attachment that goes on the top there. Set your pot, your pan, your whatever in the heck you're boiling, your canteen cup, just whatever you got. This is nice. I like this a lot. This is going to be used once I use this thing up on a lot of other stoves and all that I've got just as an accessory add-on. We'll talk about that in a second, but this does the job. I like it a lot. Alright, here's your little can. Got to unscrew the top, take the top off, and there you go. Oh, you said, well, where's the fuel? It's under here. Now, I've already pressed on this. This is very thin metal, but it is tightly sealed. So this is going to be, unopened, probably the best fuel can you'll ever find for long-term storage. What you got to do is take your knife, any kind of knife, and just punch through this. Just punch through, cut it out. Got a clear gel on the inside. I'm not going to do that here because there's some other vids out there, and I'm just going to store this one. I've used this one before, so trust me, guys. Easy to punch through. You can do that with a stick if you had to. Pointed stick, of course. But any kind of pocket knife you've got, even the cheapest thing you may have, is going to easily slice through that metal. But add some nice protection in general, so this thing ain't going to get contaminated, anything like that. Any kind of storage issues. So, cut the top off. Put this little stove top on there. You're good to go. You can put a pot, a pan, any number of things on top of this thing. It's going to burn just fine. And it sits in there real well because you got a little lip that doesn't go away. When you take the inside out, you got a lip that's right there if you can see that. And that sits right there in it nice and snugly. Snugger once you put the pot or canteen or whatever you've got on top of that. Fantastic. Now, I saw some burn times on this thing tonight looking it up. It says it's about a 20-minute burn time. I don't know about that. That old one I had, again, I used it multiple times because once I snuffed it, I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was closer to maybe 30 minutes, but looking online, it says 20. So I'm going to go with 20 for this vid. I don't know. We'll boil about 3/4 to half a liter of water in about 6 or 7 minutes. Obviously, that depends on weather conditions. So with 20 minutes, you got 3 boils on this thing, for general purpose. Maybe more than that. I still think it's more than that personally, but, well, my memory probably a little old back in the day. Maybe I'm just remembering things wrong or whatever. So you light this thing up with your matches or your lighter or anything like that. Again, this is solid gel on the inside, so there's no liquid sloshing around. Once the thing is used, you know, you got this thing on top, good to go. You boiled your water, you take that off, you pull that off delicately in case it's hot. Put the top back on. Stuff the flame, secure it down. Very nice, tight, secure top on it. This is not going to fall off easily at all. So I think this is superior overall to the sterno cans or the chafing fuels. Not that those are poorly made, but I like this little top better. If you had to after the fact, you could use this for other things. You could make a candle out of this with some wax, or possibly put some isopropyl alcohol in here to make a little fuel stove, especially if you punch some stuff around the sides if you wanted to. I don't know. Haven't done that, but I think this would burn okay in a pinch. I think I'd still prefer penny stoves overall, but if you had to, it'd be okay. Any other kind of gel fuels you want to put in there, little packets they've got in the military kits, I think that would work in here just fine as well. Anyway, being Swiss, well, what about other Swiss products? Notably, oh look here, the Swiss Volcano Stove. Well, were these things made for one another? Yeah, they were. Tremendous combo here, guys. If you got this, you probably want one of these in your pack. So, let me take this thing apart here briefly, quickly here, so we can show you what this thing can do. Take the top off, we'll worry about the cup here in a second, the bottle. So, here's our can. Let's say we've already taken the top off. Probably don't want this on there because you're not going to be able to get it off once it's down there, and it's going to clog things up because this is not too wide, but it's going to fit in there real snug. Anyway, drop our can in there. As you can see, easy access for lighting up after the fact once it's down there. But what's interesting is that once you put the little bottle holder and all that in there, that gives you a little offset. That offset that this gives you is almost identical to this one. Okay, very, very close. So you could use that down in there if you wanted to, but just more hassle. It's got a built-in option there for it. You see that little catch there. So it's going to hold your bottle when you drop it in there. Offset's not going to stuff the flame. Perfect height. You're probably not going to be able to see that on the video, but trust me, it's fantastic. Of course, you still got your cup that you can drop in the top and all of that. So this is going to work exceedingly well. I'd say it's probably best for boiling in this bottle. Okay, if you got this full liter bottle and you want to boil in it, don't worry about transferring from the cup, that sort of stuff. You don't have to worry about feeding this thing or anything. Light her up, drop her in, let her do her thing. Life is good. So, excellent combo between those two. In my opinion, pick it up, move it around as you need to, etc. So, that's tremendous. I'm going to take that out. So, pairing this with a Volcano Stove, great idea. Now, let me show you this compared to your standard sterno right here, or chafing fuels. You'll notice it's smaller overall. Good bit smaller. Lighter weight too. This one came in at the on the websites I looked up under 5 ounces. I think it was 4.5, 4.4 ounces, something like that. Can't remember exactly, but notably lighter than your standard sterno, or certainly a lot lighter than your chafing fuels with a liquid in there, and a lot safer being gels, like this one. But this one, again, has some liquid in the bottom of it as well. So I like this gel. Anyway, for reusable purposes, once I've used this bad boy up, I've still got this. I would not really want to throw this away because it fits just fine there on your chafing fuels. It's not quite as sturdy, it doesn't fit quite as snugly as it would on this one, but who cares? Free gear after the fact. So you can keep that. It will fit around the bottom. You're going to have to stretch it out just a little bit to fit the bottom of the container there, but it still fits snugly. Now you're not going to be able to easily fit your matches in there because they can slide out, unlike this one. But hey, whatever. The fact that I've got Insta Stove there with anything I want to use after the fact is tremendous. Same goes for the sterno here, as you can obviously see. Again, a little bit of wobble. Not bad though. That's not going to take things off center too bad. Again, just center it and set your pot or whatever on top. You're good to go. Again, same goes for this one as it does for the chafing fuels. It will fit around. It's going to have to stretch a little bit, but it's still in there fairly secure. It doesn't take up any extra space. Again, once you use this thing in this top size, canister, it's going to warp out. And it's not going to fit quite as tight on this one, and it doesn't fit quite as tight because I've been playing around with this, but that's just tremendous. That's a great idea, especially the fact that it holds the matches there on the bottom side. So let me show you this thing packed up again nice and tight. There you go. Again, typically comes in a little plastic wrap on it, which is going to keep water or anything off of this thing, so you don't have any corrosion on the metal here. And again, if it did, this is pretty thick stuff, relatively speaking. Only if you had some salt water, something like that, exposure with this thing corrode through after time. You know, I wouldn't throw this out in the ocean, expect to come get it back, but I don't live near the ocean, so I don't care. Anyway, great little item. The Swiss M71 little camp stove. Again, $5 on the high end, but if you look around, I think, like I said before, Centerfire System has a 4-pack for $2.50 a piece, so $10 for 4. I'm gonna have to order some of those. I like these. Again, how much does a stand like this cost? Not much, but if I'm getting it for free, if I'm already buying this for $2.50, if I'm just paying $2.50 for this, I think that's reasonable, because that's about what Sterno cans cost me. Does Sternos last longer? Yeah, they do, but again, if I'm just going on a little day hike, something like that, overnight, etc., just trying to boil some water in the short term, you know, maybe I don't want my Sternos. Again, I question that 20-minute burn time. That may be accurate, guys. I just don't recall. I should have probably burned through another one of these, but I've only got 2 of them for now, and I'm saving them. Anyway, nice Swiss-made product. Camp stove. Good to have on the cheap. Thought I'd do a bit on it, let you guys know about it. Andy Prepper, out.